The test footage for the original Deadpool leaked onto the internet. Were you behind the leak?
This is a great question. This is a great question. Pass.
Please just answer the question.
Oh, well, for sake.
They're the Hollywood power couple everyone adores. Or so the story goes. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have long been hailed as a match made in showbiz heaven, bursting with charm on red carpets and trending on social media for their playful banter. But behind the cameras, rumors suggest something far less idyllic. Talk of secret deals, borderline blackmail, and hidden strategies used to boost both their power and bank balances. Are we witnessing a carefully orchestrated scheme that's made them richer than anyone suspected? Or is it all just internet gossip run wild? For years, fans have cherished Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds as a shining example of how to balance stardom and family. They often share witty social media posts, making them feel approachable, even relatable. Yet beneath that glossy image, industry whispers have grown louder. Insiders hint that the sweet smiles and jokes might be a facade, one polished to perfection through high-profile PR teams and hush-hush negotiations. When you peel back the perfectly staged photos and carefully curated posts, small cracks appear. Murmurs of backroom deals, questionable production choices, and bold steps taken to secure top billing or creative control. And if the talk is true, these tactics may have netted the couple more money and influence than anyone realizes. Before anyone accused Ryan Reynolds of shady maneuvering, he was the charismatic star trying to launch a passion project, Deadpool.
Crime's the disease. Meet the cure.
Okay, not the cure, but more like a topical ointment that reduces swelling and itch.
According to the legend, 20th Century Fox kept dragging its feet on greenlighting the film. Then, out of nowhere, test footage mysteriously popped up online, driving fans wild. Almost overnight, the project soared from stalled to unstoppable. While Ryan has always credited fans for pressuring the studio into saying yes, skeptics question how that leak happened. Legal experts point out that releasing studio-owned footage without permission can carry serious consequences. Yet nobody was ever nailed for wrongdoing. Industry chatter floated the idea that the leak wasn't an accident at all, that it was a calculated move. Suddenly, Ryan went from hoping for a break to controlling the narrative.
You know, we shot a little bit of test footage years ago. It sat on the shelf at Fox, nobody did anything with it, and then suddenly one day it accidentally leaked onto the internet, and that was about a year and a half ago.
Accidentally leaked.
Accidentally leaked.
Test footage for the original Deadpool leaked onto the internet. Were you behind the leak?
This is a great question. I mean, I might have provided an assist.
Truthful.
Shaping an R-rated blockbuster that would redefine superhero flicks and launch him into another income bracket. The fallout saw tension flare up with director Tim Miller fueling rumors that Ryan took control behind the scenes, ultimately leaving Tim out in the cold.
This film, I was lucky enough I got to produce it, and I got to star in it, and I got to really sort of protect it.
By the time Deadpool 2 rolled around, Ryan was not just the star, he was also deeply involved with the production, influencing decisions large and small. In some corners of Hollywood, people whispered that this was the birth of a new strategy. In Ryan's playbook, a willingness to bypass official channels if it meant grabbing the reins. Ryan's rumored approach didn't go unnoticed, especially by his wife. Blake Lively, known first for roles in projects like Gossip Girl and The Age of Adeline, allegedly decided to adopt a similar philosophy in her pursuits. Industry chatter suggests she's become increasingly forceful in leveraging her star power, rumored to have taken pages straight from the Deadpool blueprint. Some say she raised eyebrows by insisting on unique editing privileges, pushing for unauthorized screenings, or even threatening to pull promotional support if her demands weren't met. These claims remain speculation, but it wouldn't be the first time a major star used a powerful partner's methods for personal gain. Fans who adored her bright-eyed innocence on screen started noticing changes in her public persona. More guarded, possibly more calculating, but that wasn't the whole story. Whispers soon emerged that Blake might have had a bigger game in mind, controlling crucial aspects of a film's rollout, just like Ryan did, to ensure creative dominance and pocket an even bigger cut of the proceeds. Some watchers of this swirling rumor mill believe these tactics are precisely what enabled her to negotiate everything from movie contracts to brand sponsorship deals with an iron grip. Their combined influence has led to jaw-dropping paydays. Ryan's Deadpool successes reportedly stuffed his bank account with millions, courtesy of both salary and back-end deals. Blake, meanwhile, has allegedly managed to secure higher payouts for roles and endorsements than many expected, given her filmography. So where's all this money really coming from? Critics point to questionable maneuvers, big sponsorships that shift attention away from controversies, side ventures with shady details never fully disclosed, and rumored behind-the-scenes deals that push smaller creators to the edge. There's speculation that the pair not only reaps huge acting salaries, but also leverages production roles and brand ambassadorships in ways that funnel extra cash their way without conventional oversight. While none of these allegations have been definitively proven, the conversation around this couple's finances won't die down. Could it be that they've perfected a system, one where controlling the creative narrative goes hand in hand with raking in revenue streams that few in Hollywood can match? Whenever A-listers wield their power in hush-hush ways, the rumor mill sparks up. In this case, the talk revolves around possible takeovers of film productions. One story claims that Blake, after feeling overshadowed by a director's vision, demanded a secret editor be brought in, supposedly ready to recut scenes to her liking without the original team's permission. Insiders describe it as an attempt to hijack the final product, giving her outsized creative control. Others point to intimidation, even borderline blackmail, if demands weren't met. She, or Ryan, depending on the situation, would refuse to promote the film, effectively strangling its box office potential. Studios typically rely on star power for marketing, so that threat alone can be enough to bring them to their knees. Some individuals also allege that behind-the-scenes phone calls involved harsh ultimatums, claims that neither Blake nor Ryan has ever addressed publicly. This pattern echoes the Deadpool fiasco in an eerily familiar way. When an actor's face and name are crucial to a film's success, the weight of their ultimatum grows. If you have enough star wattage, you can gain control faster than any standard negotiation might allow, and the payoff can be enormous once you call the shots. Over time, cracks form when people get muscled out of projects. Directors, producers, and even other actors start sharing stories, quietly at first, then more openly, about the couple's alleged strong-arm tactics. These accounts sometimes claim that Blake or Ryan insisted on final cuts, overshadowed entire creative teams, or even shut down alternative storylines that didn't serve their personal brand.
Like, to be honest, what really happened is we were like, we're gonna show the movie, and the studio was like, no, you're gonna show 20 minutes. So we're like, no, we're gonna show the movie. And they're like, it's not done. And I was like, they don't fucking care. Like, let's just show them the movie. Wait, did you have this planned all along?
Oh, it was for the 20-minute clip, but I guess we have to show the whole thing.
Whenever such rumors ramp up, the couple tends to roll out a wave of good publicity, philanthropic ventures, adorable social media exchanges, or joint appearances at charity events. They'll spotlight each other's new ventures with over-the-top enthusiasm, fueling the narrative that they're simply a devoted family building a sweet Hollywood empire. In most cases, the media focuses on the feel-good aspects and is quick to dismiss the conspiratorial chatter as baseless gossip. But the cycle continues. The controversies never really vanish, and each new project they undertake gets watched more closely by those who suspect foul play. Some argue that it's only a matter of time before a more serious legal confrontation emerges, one that might blow the lid off any behind-the-scenes manipulations. Today, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds appear unstoppable. They have multiple endorsements, expansive business ventures, and even ownership stakes in various companies that catapult them into the headlines for reasons beyond acting. From mobile service acquisitions to beverage brands, their empire stretches far and wide. Fans flock to their social media to see glimpses of their banter, kids, and rumored upcoming projects. Meanwhile, the speculation never ceases. Are these expansions just the normal progression of two ambitious stars? Or are they yet another example of how thoroughly they capitalize on every possible loophole in Hollywood's power structure? Studio executives reportedly walk a fine line, trying to stay on this couple's good side while also protecting their own bottom line. Some high-profile colleagues speak publicly about Ryan's comedic genius and Blake's striking performances, but a subtle wariness creeps in when the discussion shifts to control over a film. At the same time, certain fans have begun questioning the official narrative. Social media discourse occasionally flares up with threads dissecting the timeline of leaks, suspicious last-minute editing approvals, or massive financial upswings that appear tied to high-pressure negotiations. For every post claiming the pair is guilty of orchestrating manipulative schemes, another defends them as savvy entrepreneurs being unfairly targeted by wild conspiracy theories. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have long cultivated an image of witty romance and unstoppable teamwork. Yet, behind the scenes, numerous rumors paint a picture of strategic leaks, sly intimidation, and bold money grabs. Over the years, these allegations, though never confirmed, have become too frequent to ignore, nudging many to wonder if their Hollywood fairy tale is not so straightforward. Perhaps they're simply driven, talented people who push boundaries in an industry where competition is fierce. Or maybe their rise to power involves stepping outside legal lines, pressuring studios, and wresting control from creative partners who stand in their way. The truth might remain locked behind non-disclosure agreements and carefully worded contracts, but one thing is clear: the bigger they get, the more questions swirl around them. So, are we witnessing a genuine love story of two celebrities who rely on each other's brilliance to thrive? Or is it all part of a carefully calculated empire-building strategy that hinges on bending and sometimes breaking the rules? Only time will tell if these accusations fizzle out or explode into something that even the best PR team can't spin away. Until then, the whispers about stolen millions and cunning Hollywood schemes will keep people buzzing and keep us all wondering what's really happening behind those perfect smiles.